What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the team at Awesemo, and we are kicking off Super Bowl week, talking everything props for the single best prop day of the year. And in this video, we will be discussing all things Cooper Kupp, giving you 3 props up, 3 props down. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the video, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. And without further ado, let's bring you behind the screens to our OddsShopper tool, our in-house project that allows you to see all of the props for these individual players. And we have everything from MVP to these individual player props. And it's going to give you the single best odds depending on where you are located. I personally am in Wisconsin, so these numbers may be slightly different for you, but just keep that in mind as we look at these. Starting with Cooper Kupp, they actually have a pretty wide variety available to us. And the first one that we actually have a 40% ROI on is this Cooper Kupp rushing prop. So you can find it at a half of a rushing yard. And again, Cooper Kupp plays receiver, so we're not expecting this to be large whatsoever. But he is their best playmaker. And he's somebody they've decided to get increasingly involved down the stretch this year. Now, Cooper Kupp only has 5 carries on the year, but 4 of these carries have come inside the Rams' last 7 games. And we look at what kind of games were they playing in these contests. All of them were decided within 10 points. So clearly the Rams trying to get Cooper Kupp the ball in these close game environments. Playoffs and the Super Bowl, that certainly fits the bill here. We saw Cooper Kupp handle a carry last week against the San Francisco 49ers in the conference championship. And when they're dedicating extra coverage Cooper Kupp's way, getting him the ball in the backfield or on these jet sweeps is one creative way to do so. So we currently have him projected for 3 rushing yards. Again, very small margins here, but Cooper Kupp over a half of a rushing yard at plus 250. That's really what does it for us here. Very strong bet on the board. A couple other really interesting ones with Cooper Kupp. One in particular is the MVP race, and you can get this at plus 450. I've seen it upwards of plus 600. So this might be one where, depending on your state or where you're located, you could get some better odds on this. But clearly for the MVP race in the Super Bowl, quarterbacks are the individual favorites, but this is not like the NFL regular season MVP race. In an individual game, a lot of things can happen, and we've seen non-quarterbacks win this quite a bit. Von Miller stands out for his performance again when he was with the Broncos in their Super Bowl, but we've actually seen receivers win this a fair amount, and that makes a bit of sense. If your quarterback concentrates their opportunity through one player, particularly a receiver, they score perhaps multiple touchdowns or take a carry, something like that, and they are the deciding factor in the game. It's not out of the realm of possibility that one of these players could win the Super Bowl MVP. And Kupp fits that mold. He is the pure alpha receiver for this team. Even on the other side, when we look at like a Jamar Chase or a T. Higgins, they split opportunities so closely that the likelihood one of them were to win Super Bowl MVP just not quite as likely. And then, of course, he's playing for the favored team. Rams favored by 4.5 in some spots. And anytime you can take a player on the presumed winning team, just a much higher likelihood that they win the overall MVP race. So Cooper Kupp plus 450 for MVP is another strong one here. And from there, last prop we'll talk about today, Cooper Kupp most receiving yards, plus 120. And again, this is one, maybe you're thinking, I should just take the prop overall, his receiving prop, which is at currently 106.5 is the best spot you could find it. However, our projections actually have Kupp at 107 yards, so that individual prop doesn't give you a strong win rate or return on investment. So I think taking Cooper Kupp most receiving yards plus 20 could be a way to get down on a similar bet, but get much better odds. In isolating the playoffs, Cooper Kupp has still been the target alpha for this offense. 33% target share, 32.3% air yard share. For reference, Cooper Kupp has out-targeted Odell Beckham 32-23. Receiving yards, not even close. 386 for Kupp, 236 for Beckham. Kupp is being used everywhere downfield, in the slot, all over the field, and they are finding creative ways to get him the ball, which stands out to me. Odell Beckham has had a fantastic playoffs, and he had his first 100-yard game in multiple seasons, but Cooper Kupp is still the pure alpha of this offense. He's been over 140 receiving yards in each of the last 2 games. He's been over 95 in every game except 2 this year. The chance that he is the leading receiver, they're just so high that I think this is a spot you can target pretty clearly too. But that will do it for us with Awesemo. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite prop is ahead of the Super Bowl. like and subscribe to the video before you head out. Otherwise, I am Matt Gajewski on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again throughout the week ahead of the Super Bowl.